Hello, my name is Brent Bromberger. I'm the pastor at Radiant Springs Church in Crete and the presbyter for the Capital section. And I also serve on the Healthy Ministers team with Terry Brown. He caught me in the process of sharpening my buck knife here. A lot of memories in this knife. I remember purchasing this knife when I was 12 years old, and it helped me field dress my first deer that I took with the bow and arrow. Some good memories there. The ironic thing about all that is that this knife is still as sharp as the day I took it out of the box. Oh, it's tarnished, it has scars in the wood. It shows its use, but the blade is still sharp because I have a system in place to sharpen it after I use it. So 40 years later, it's still sharp. In the summer of 2016, I began a 4.5-year process of working on a doctorate of ministry through Regent University. And from that first class, we were supposed to identify what we wanted our dissertation project to be on. And I remember going through that process, struggling with it, but I knew I wanted it to be focused on confident leadership. Why? Because we all need confidence if we're going to lead effectively. You can't separate the two out. Part of effective leadership is leading with confidence. Secondly, the fluid nature of confidence intrigued me. And by fluid, I mean that one minute we feel like we can take on the world, conquer the world. And the next minute we wonder where our confidence has evaporated to. It's gone. And we can see that in the sports arena, right? One minute the player is feeling confident, can do nothing wrong, and the next minute they can't do nothing right. It's the same player, the same skill set, but the momentum has changed. It's switched. Their confidence has left for whatever reason. Confidence is crucial if we want to lead effectively. So let's talk a minute, just you and me, about confident leadership. Confidence is much like the cutting edge of my buck knife. If you want to be an effective leader, you must have a confident edge. And often we enter into ministry like this new buck knife, shiny, sharp, confident, maybe a little bit overconfident, right? And then ministry happens. We run into criticism, failure, conflict, lack of progress. And all those things begin to dull that knife instead of sharpen it. And then there's COVID-19 that has tested even the most seasoned and veteran ministry leaders amongst us. We felt like we couldn't win, no matter what we did, right? We've all been in that place where we've sensed that confidence not being there. Even those, sometimes we look at people and think, man, they are the most confident people in the world. And what I've learned is that sometimes they're the ones that struggle with confidence the most. Whatever the case is, our confidence will fade. It will get dinged up in the process of ministry. So what are we going to do to maintain that? What systems are we going to put in place? Because if we don't have some systems in place, it's going to leave us frustrated. It's going to leave us feeling defeated, and it's going to leave us ineffective. So this past summer, I took 12 pastors, lead pastors from our district, from our state, our ministry network. There we go. Took them through a process to elevate their leadership confidence. They all were able to do that through our cohorts, our discussion of materials, and peer coaching. The key thing I want to point out is that we all need systems in place, such as a continuing education, or meaningful relationships, or maintaining that vibrant relationship with God if we're going to have a confident edge over the long haul. My question for you, what systems do you have in place in your own life? What are you doing that's going to allow you to finish and to finish strong over the long haul of ministry? My goal is to take several more pastors through the materials for my dissertation project starting in February. It'll be a 3-month process. If you're interested, look me up. I believe there's some information included in this update that you can find out more, and you can chat with me by email or phone call. We can talk more about that. See if it's a good fit for you. The key is, do you have systems in place? Are you taking advantage of the opportunities that our ministry network is putting in place to maintain your personal health and the health of your ministry? I want to close with this. Our gifts, our talents, our education, our training, all must be seen as gifts from God that we offer back to God. Just as God has used ordinary people down through history to do extraordinary things, God is still equipping men and women today to accomplish His purpose and His will. I like a quote from Dag Hammarskjöld. He was the former Secretary General for the United Nations before he was killed in a tragic plane crash. But this comes from his journal. He was a hiker, loved the outdoors. He said, when the morning's freshness has been replaced by the weariness of the day. So you can imagine him hiking up a mountain beginning in the morning, and all of a sudden he's up the mountain, but the heat of the day is starting to take its toll, as well as just the exhaustion from climbing, much like ministry. And he says, when the weariness of midday has hit us, and when our leg muscles quiver under the strain and the climb seems endless, and suddenly nothing will go quite as you wish, COVID-19 hits. It is then you must not hesitate. Wow. How easy it is to hesitate when our confidence is lagging, when our strength is weak, when our confident edge isn't as sharp as it should be. It is my hope that we, all of us, each of us, can lead with confidence in the most crucial moments of life. Isn't that when we need it, right? When the pressure is on, when they're in the midst of difficulty, that's when we need confidence the most. And yet that's sometimes where we don't sense it. It's gone. So my hope is that we can lead with strength, humility, conviction, and courage. I pray God's blessing upon each of you. Take advantage of the opportunities that our ministry network has to offer. And I pray that God is with you, and we hope to see you all in Omaha in April for our network gathering and council. So God bless you today, and have a blessed week.